AC Sports Live is brought to you by All In CDO Training, the future of commercial driving. Earn your Class A and Class B license and endorsements with courses online and in person in the city of Long Beach. Call or visit the website 909-708-4861, www.allincdotraining.com. If you're unemployed, underemployed, or just want to change a career, scholarships are available, so don't worry about the cost. Give them a call. All In CDO Training, the future of commercial driving. AC Sports Live is also brought to you by Mood Swing Apparel, DEM Clothing. Dominate every matchup, period. Check them out, Mood Swing Apparel on Instagram. AC Sports Live is also brought to you by Cannon Nation Boxing. If you want to learn the sweet science of boxing, or if you just want to get a real good workout in, working out and training with pros, check out CannonNationBoxing.com and become the best version of yourself today.
He ain't never slumber, never put him to the test. He be reigning king forever, resurrected after death. All praise to God, brother, say it with your chest. Say it with your chest, all praise to the one.
Yes, sir.
Test 1, 2. Back in the building once again. It's the 14th day of April. Man, oh man, is time flying. I teased my students today. Said they have 5 Tuesdays left before the school year is over. And they were like, what? I said, yes. 5 Tuesdays left. Well, for the seniors at least. I think the underclassmen got 6 more Tuesdays. But it is moving, and if you're not paying attention, it will pass you by. AC Sports Live brought to us by All In CDO Training, the future of commercial driving. Get your Class A license in less than 3 months. Located in Long Beach, California. You cannot beat that. Today's show. I didn't have a show last week. Had to take a staycation. The family and I, we went out of town. We had all intentions of doing the show, AC2 and myself, but it just wasn't going to happen. It wasn't going to be smooth. Whenever you go to an Airbnb location you're not familiar with, lighting becomes an issue if you don't bring all your equipment. But we still had a great time, and we did do the Ask the Apostle show for the church, which was a outstanding show. We actually went almost 2 hours with the program, but we're back today. So I got WNBA draft thoughts for UCLA cleaned up. My 2 cents. We got some portal news. Matt Barnes and Mo Cheek's story. Got a video of a big fella during a football game doing something he should not do. Diana Russini steps down from the Athletic. I don't think it's a big surprise there. Tender Love is back. So with Anthony Davis and his new prank show in full swing, we're going to bring back Tender Love. The originator of Tender Love. Inspired. So we got some NBA Tender Love. The Dodgers Stadium officials have some Tender Love. And Ashton Hall. You remember that guy from social media fame? He made the list. Unk season is back. Yes, back by popular demand. And my sports flicks, I watched a movie called Chessmates. It was actually a documentary. You guys know I love documentaries. And it was about chess. my favorite game of intellect and strategy, planning. All right, so the WNBA draft has come not very long, but 2 weeks after the NCAA tournament concludes, and UCLA has 6 young ladies drafted, setting a record for the most draft picks by one school in a single draft. Not too shabby. The Lady Bruins clean up. Lauren Betts, Gabby Jaquez, Kiki Rice, Angela Degolic, Gianna Neepkins, and Clarissa Legger Walker all drafted. Now the controversy is, why wasn't Lauren Betts number 1? It's hard to not think of the obvious, as the number 1 pick was AZ Fudd from UConn, going to the Dallas Wings. And who currently plays for the Dallas Wings? Paige Beckers, AZ Fudd's former teammate and girlfriend. So how convenient. Only problem is they already have 2 good guards at Dallas. They could have really used Lauren Betts out of UCLA or the other big in the early picks of the draft. But it's safe to say Paige Beckers had a lot to do with this pick. And the media went crazy over AZ Fudd's draft day aesthetics. The WNBA needs that. The WNBA needs aesthetics. Is in order to sell more fans, they have to keep that going. Dr. Frazier's in the building. What's up, my good brother? So you can't be mad. They bought this pick for reasons other than basketball. Because in the basketball world, you get what you need, best available at what position you need. Instead, they got the most popular, with all of her injuries, a partner for your number 1 star. Well, you figure Paige Beckers was supposed to be Caitlin Clark before Caitlin Clark. But Paige Beckers had so many injuries, she couldn't be all she could be for her time at UConn. Now that she's in the league and she had an outstanding rookie season, solidifying her spot where she should have been a year prior, barring injury, but she's her. And now she gets her girlfriend back. Now, will they rekindle that flame as a couple? We'll wait to see. We know that's another topic in itself, but that's what it is. Dr. Snipes is in here. WrestleMania this weekend. All I got to say is Oba Femi. That's all I want to see. Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar. So the UCLA girls, Kiki Rice, going to Toronto, and the rest of the young ladies getting their professional spots now. Question is, why did 6 players from UCLA get drafted so high? All right, so as a coach, as a GM, as an organization, on top of finding the best talent, you kind of want winners. And what did UCLA do except play 7 experienced young ladies, 6 seniors who stuck together, who did not play in a selfish manner. Nothing against any of the other draft picks, but the UCLA girls played a brand of ball under Coach Corey Close, who sometimes has been rigid in the past, but she has a system. She has a way of doing things, which was kind of sparked from a John Wooden conversation. She talks about that in many interviews. And she can only be who she is. And these young ladies bought into it. So if I'm an organization and I want success, I want to bring in talent that is not unfamiliar with winning. And when you win, you bring opportunity to yourself. You bring options. I think I shared that this morning with one of our players, that if we win and we go deep into the playoffs, have some success, that will help a lot of you guys get more exposure. And people will want you on their team because we win. It's hard for someone to get the same amount of love and clicks if you're on a sorry team, or a team that can't win, or you're the only good player on the team and the rest of the team's not any good. It has to be well known and respected and understood that this team plays a certain brand of ball and they play together. So are these young ladies going to be stars in the WNBA? Is Kiki Rice going to be a star? I think Kiki Rice is solid. Just as Gabby Jaquez. They're solid. They're not stars. They're not AZ Fudd. They're not Flau'jae Johnson. Now, Lauren Betts could be a star because she dominated so much throughout her time at UCLA. I'm not sure how she did at Stanford prior to, but she found herself at UCLA, and I think she's going to do very well. That's why I was so hard for me to see why Dallas didn't take Lauren Betts, but they took the ticket seller, the looker, AZ Fudd. Frazier said similar to Bronny. Bronny's different, man. Bronny's actually getting better. I saw Bronny play pretty well the other day, even though, you know, the game didn't mean a whole lot. The game will start tomorrow. That means something. But if franchise wants to win games, or franchise wants to win fans for the long term, they probably think they can get it big in free agency. As we've seen people moving around. When you saw Angel Reese go from Chicago to Atlanta, anything's possible. Denzel Snipes said, the ruler, Obafemi, coming to town. I wish I could go to WrestleMania, man. It's in Vegas. Neil Megan Sr. in the building. OG, Triple OG. They're a couple. They were a couple. I don't think they're together. They were a couple. So take that however you want to take it. Now, who knows? And who really cares? I just know it will be a story. And if it makes them both play well, Dallas Wings win. If they have problems, somebody got to go. That match will tear the roof off. Oh, man, I can't even imagine. Rudy C in here, fours all the way up. Man, do you see Coach Chesney taking the boys to a Hollywood premiere with Adam Sandler and Chris Rock and all the actors and actresses? They just out there doing it big. I said, I want to be like Bob Chesney when I grow up. I know you were on campus the other day, Rude. I mean, it's a buzz at UCLA right now that we haven't seen. I don't think we've ever seen nothing like this. As far as buzz, as far as excitement, as far as somebody taking today's expectations of what a program looks like and taking it to the next level. Like, I have never seen UCLA football look so exciting in my life. From them guys lifting weights to their workouts to their one-on-ones to going to Hollywood premieres. Like, this is what you're supposed to do. You're in Hollywood. What we're not going to have a problem doing is getting recruits now. And that's what I was like, well, Chip Kelly failed miserably to get recruits. Deshaun Foster was not ready to be a head coach. And prior to that, we had all types of coaches come through here who did not capitalize on the location and the aura and possibilities of UCLA football. Now, basketball right now, they're playing a weird game of NIL and transfer portal madness with a coach that seems a little bit abrasive and not somebody that everybody's breaking down the door to play for. The guy might be a great coach, considering, but we get more transfers. I mean, the starting center from Michigan, the national champion, was at UCLA the prior year. And Coach Cronin said, I need more money to keep my players. No, my friend, you need to help keep the talent, have the talent, see the bigger picture. Yes, it does come down to money, but it also comes down to you. If I'm getting paid a handsome amount, I don't have a reason to leave unless I can't stand you and I can go get some more money somewhere else and play for somebody I want to play for. Sometimes it's personal. Like part of my 2 cents, the Tennessee Lady Vols, 0 players on the roster. The entire roster jumped in the portal. And Tennessee has money. This was a topic from last week when we didn't have the show, but I wanted to speak on it. People don't leave jobs, they leave people. When your entire 15 lady, woman roster jumps in the portal from your recently signed prize freshman jumps in the portal. And this lady still has a job. The Tennessee Volunteers, Lady Volunteers coach still has her job. And she kept no players. Their incoming prized recruit is no longer coming. Now, they did manage to sign 2 portal players, but if nobody wants to play for you, shouldn't you look in the mirror? Because part of coaching is inspiration and connection and relationships. If you got nobody rocking with you, and that athletic director didn't say, hey, I need to talk to you a little bit and see what's going on with you, because I don't want to be spending all our NIL money on young ladies who are not going to stay. I mean, not even starting 5, starting 3, nobody, 0. That's kind of an eyebrow raiser, but it happens. Just like that one time was it the Grambling State volleyball coach, or was it basketball, where the entire team practiced for 2 weeks, and then she says, yep, y'all not it. I'm going to have to let all y'all out of your scholarships because I'm going to move on to a new roster. And I'm like, oh boy, so this is where we come to. You can get cut from your scholarship. That was the first I've ever heard of that. But from that point on, even Coach Prime says, I'm bringing in my own luggage. So you all can stay if you want to, but you're not going to play. Times have changed, my man. Times have definitely changed. There was a story I was listening to. It was Matt Barnes, and he was talking about coaches, and one coach that discouraged him when he was playing for the Philadelphia 76ers, my team. And the coach at the time was Mo Cheeks. This is many, many years ago. And Maurice Cheeks played point guard for the Sixers for many years. His jersey's retired. He's well received. I'm not sure if he's in the Hall of Fame. I don't think so. But he's in the Ring of Honor in Philadelphia as one of those players on the 1986 team that won a championship. So Matt Barnes goes on to tell a story about how he was so disrespected by Coach Cheeks that, it kind of drove him to work even harder when he left that team to go play somewhere else. And my thought process on the story was, why would a coach treat a player like that? So what happened was Matt Barnes was not getting a lot of playing time in Philadelphia. He was on the bench. trying to get off the bench by impressing the coaches by playing harder and making shots. So he hires a shooting coach to help him shoot. Maurice Cheeks walks in and laughs at him and says, I'm not sure why you're practicing, because you're not going to be getting shots up here. And I just thought about it, man. All the coaches that I might have ever had, all the coaches my son may have had, and just kind of seeing, why do coaches do that? Why do coaches feel the need to destroy a player? What benefit is that? What satisfaction do you get out of that? I never understood that. Now, there is a fine line between being disrespectful and being a constructive critic and saying, hey, if you want to get shots in your rotation, this is what you need to do. Look for these shots. If you want to get some shots, this is what I would like for you to do. He says, I'm not sure why you're shooting at all. You're not going to shoot here. And that's the pros. And you do have roles you have to follow. But if you can play and you're out there, you have to look for your shot. There aren't very many people that are not allowed to look for their shot, because then you're just a defensive player or a rebounder and you're taking up a spot. But everybody has to be aggressive enough to look for their shot. So he goes to a different team, of course, comes back and gets the revenge, and he sticks it to Mo Cheeks. And he hits, 30 points or something, and this kind of has a lot of words to share. But my thing goes back to the coaching, to the elder statesman. There's no need for all that, man. There's no need to tear anybody down. And especially when somebody's in their youth and they haven't hit their prime yet, and then you try to put out this man's fire. Why it sat with me a certain way, because when I played basketball in high school, I was told in JV that I shot too much, which was a heavy blow to me, because I thought that I could play. But when the coach said, hey, man, I don't want you to take as many shots, and I took that to a point where, okay, I'm not taking good shots. I don't want to be seen as a hot dog, but I was always taught, if the ball goes around a few times, go for it. Get your shots up. If they can't guard you, go for it. And then when I got to varsity the next year, I was told to not shoot the ball. If you get a chance, dunk it. But I want you to play defense and not worry about scoring. I want you to help run the offense, but you're not a primary scorer, so don't shoot. And I was kind of like, wow, just don't shoot the ball? My little mid-range, my little bank shot, I can't do none of that? That's not your role on this team. And I was just like, okay. And that stayed with me to today. I don't feel the freedom, the liberty, or the green light to shoot the ball, unless we're playing 21 or one-on-one where you have to score in order to play that game. I found other ways to be effective playing ball, but it was no need for the coach to destroy your, flow. If the game comes to you and you feel the need to work on, the things you worked on in practice, and they come to you in the game, and you feel the juice and the flow to shoot that thing, and you don't shoot it, you feel incomplete. I was like, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like when coaches do that. So as a coach now in football, I want people to give it their all, because there will come a time where you're not playing no more. There'll come a time where you don't get to play that sport anymore. You won't be a young kid anymore, and it'll be over. And you would have always said, oh man, I never went for mine. I never tried. I don't even care, man. Go for it. Get yours. Within the offense, within what we're doing, why not you? Let me see what you got. Go for yours, man. Fraser said when Fisher didn't let Candace play. Man, why did he do that? Rodney Saw said I was a gunner. Hey, man, I didn't see a shot I didn't like in JV. I think one time I had a stat sheet. I had 36 shots in a JV game. And they said, bro, you're shooting the ball too much. I said, I didn't know there was a such thing as shoot the ball too much. Listen, Brandon said, pass the ball, Kobe. I was not passing that ball, man. Coach brought me in. Coach Cardell Tatamy was my JV coach. And he wanted me to shoot the ball. It was the assistant coach, Kalanjai Craig, who said, hey, man, you shoot the ball too much. I never understand coaches who tell players not to shoot. The team is then playing 4-on-5. So wouldn't you coach all your players to find the shot that they're decent at? Like, it's not like anybody's shooting 75%. Everybody's shooting 50%. 3-point shooters are shooting 35%. If they're good, they shoot 40%. If you're good in the field and you're not dunking the ball, you're shooting the ball 60%. If you're 7 feet tall, of course, you dunk the ball all day and you shoot 85%. But if I'm willing to shoot the mid-range, a nice little midi jump shot, a little bank shot off the glass, that's a high percentage shot. He should say, this is what I want you to shoot, not to tell a kid, don't shoot. That's wild, man. But then again, some coaches, it's their way or no way. You do against what I say, then you won't play. And then you have to go with the flow. That's how I didn't. And that's exactly why I didn't go out for basketball my senior year. And I'm like, okay, well, I know I'm wanted on the track team. So then when I don't show up, and this is the great Ron Palmer. We all know Coach Palmer at Long Beach Poly. Great coach. I learned a lot from him, even though I didn't enjoy that part of it. I did not go out for my senior year, and he asked me why I didn't come back out, and I just felt that football was my ticket, and track and field would help me with that ticket. And he was like, I respect that. So I want to come over here and play defense and be told not to shoot. He said, well, no, I need you to shoot. I want you to shoot now. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good. Saul said, Kalanja, you raised him. He should have known better. No, he was right. I was out there gunning on JV. Kalanja picked me up every morning, 5 a.m. for Coach Cardell Tatamy's 6 a.m. practice. And we would be in there going hard. And I was a 6 man. I didn't like to start. I wanted to come off the bench and just be gunning. I was like James Harden for the Thunder when he played with Russell Westbrook and KD. Coming off the bench, just going for mine. That's what I like, that, because everybody was a little bit tired when I got in the game, and I would just go crazy. And then he started starting me, and then as a starter, I felt the pressure of taking better shots. Whereas a 6 man, I could take wild shots. I could do whatever because everybody's a little bit getting in the flow of the game, and here comes this new dude up and down the court going hard. So messed up my little personality on the basketball court. But it then just goes back to what Matt Barnes is saying. I couldn't play under Mo Cheeks because Mo Cheeks didn't want me to win. When he got to Sacramento, and I think it was Coach Adelman, said, hey, man, if you're open, shoot it. We need you to shoot it. That's the flow of the offense. And I'm like, that's what it's supposed to be. If you're going to have somebody on the floor and he's not going to be aggressive, they ain't got to guard him. That makes the other team better. You better have all your players with the same freedoms. Now, you may not take as many shots, but telling that man he can't shoot the ball at all was a crime. D-Mac 5 in the house, you got to go for yours. And it said, you're not coachable. You can't win for losing, man. I think there's a fine line. I think there's a way to do both. But I just don't like when it's all or nothing. I can't understand that. Vinny the Microwave Johnson could come off that bench gunning. He like, I come off the bench for the Detroit Pistons gunning. Speaking of 6 man, the NBA gets tender love. Let's track it up, man. I'm gonna go ahead and jump the gun a little bit. It is the Tender Love Report, brought to us by the Force MDs. I don't own the rights to this music. AC2 is out today. He has homework. So let the student get his work done. He's working hard. Y'all saw my post today. Loading up for a crazy junior season. Changing from DN to tight end. It's going to be a movie. I'll keep y'all posted on how he's doing and where he plays. Y'all come check him out. He's going to play locally. Stay tuned for that. But the NBA is on the Tender Love Report because Bruce Brown, NBA's Iron Man, playing in all 82 games, is not eligible for any postseason awards, being Six-Man Award, Defensive Player of the Year awards, anything like that, even though he played in every game. They say he didn't reach the 20-minute mark in 65 games. He played in all 82. I think that's tender love, man. NBA should be ashamed of themselves for that. Tender love number 2. Dodger Stadium. So there's an 81-year-old Dodger fan. He can't go to the games now because he doesn't own a cell phone. I haven't been to a Dodger game since, I think, the first championship in his 2 championship run. So I would not know how Dodger Stadium runs right now. I know there are stadiums that are cashless. Apparently, Dodger Stadium is now cashless or ticketless. Ticketless, and you have to have a cell phone to get in. So this season ticket holder, who's been a ticket holder forever, says, I am no longer attending the games. He's 81 years old. Shame on you, Dodger Stadium. There should be one gate that still accepts paper tickets. Not cool at all, man. I saw this. Y'all remember Ashton Hall, the social media guy?
Yeah, hell yeah. Who the fuck gonna do anything to me?
No security?
No security. Straight dog.
All right.
If you want it, come get it.
I feel it.
Right?
I feel it.
Unless you got a gun, that's the only way you'll win.
Really? Yeah. Walk around.
All right, so Ashton Hall being social media megastar. You guys saw him running with the Marines, the horns, and he's running full speed next to a truck and his dog, and he's putting his face in ice water. He's that guy. Super swole, lost to ice show speed in the race, and we haven't seen him since. Sees Ryan Garcia at the gym and asks him, you don't walk around with security? And Ryan Garcia, being a professional fighter, why do I need security? I am the security. And he's like, oh, you don't have no security following you around? That's crazy. But that just goes to show you who's a dude, who's not a dude. Ashton Hall is a fake dude. You need security at the gym? What gym are you going to? Ryan Garcia is in there lifting weights by himself. Way bigger celebrity than Ashton Hall. Now, Ashton Hall's an internet star. But what are the internet fans doing where you need a security guard? And you're, what, 6 foot, 225, yoked up, and you need security? That's tender love, man. Get out of here with that, man. I was like, who said it? Was it? Somebody called out Floyd. Like, you need security to take your kids to school? I guess. All right. That's what we're doing now. I don't know if I ever want to be that big, where I need security. You Tiger Woods don't want security. He don't even want a driver. Tiger Woods wants his privacy. Tiger Woods need a driver, man. So Diana Russini steps down as the reporter for The Atlantic. And if you don't know, Diana Russini is an insider reporter. And pictures of her and Mike Vrabel, the Patriots head coach, surfaced. They were at a retreat. They're holding hands. They're sitting poolside. It's a lot of touchy-feely. It's too much for a married woman and a married man to be seen doing. Now, who took these pictures and who leaked them and all that stuff is neither here nor there. What happens, happens. And shame on them both.
she never talked very highly of her husband in the first place. So my, expectation wasn't very high of her being a Proverbs 31 woman. I don't think that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about a opportunist reporter. She's getting inside scoop any way she can. Not to accuse her of anything more than what we saw in the pictures, but the optics are not good. The appearance of evil is all we needed to see. So much so, she resigns. So what? Like, is Mike Vrabel's wife okay with this? That's the only person we really got to worry about. I know her husband is probably like over it because she talked so bad about him, even during the honeymoon phase. So what are we talking about here? She wants to get the scoop. The whole A.J. Brown to the Patriots thing was her story. And who knows what this is all about. We know how dirty things get. The Michigan coach, Sharon Moore, what's his name? Sharon Moore, who lost everything in a matter of minutes with his mistress being on the staff and him stalking her and all that. Well, guess what? The case was dropped. Judge said he did not do this. He was set up, which we all knew. But that doesn't let him off the hook in my book. Shame on you for messing around with your wife, messing around with the help at the job. You're only sorry because you got caught. But now you might at least get some type of dignity back and get a job somewhere. If they say you weren't stalking her, you didn't threaten her, that was a setup. That part will help you get back in the coaching game. You may not coach anywhere in the United States anytime soon at a high level, but you can go back to your neighborhood middle school and coach some flag football or something like that. Or you might just want to go overseas or try to just coach in the UFL or something like that. My heart goes out to his daughters, because when they become teenagers, that stuff's going to come back up. Your dad is the one who beat his mistress up, huh? Nah, man. Dr. Fraser said they had to make Barkley get security because Barkley was beating people up. Barkley was getting in trouble every time he went to the club. Well, how about this? Stay at the club. Don't go to where there's going to be a problem. Now, I know some celebrities have to protect themselves. President Obama, Michelle Obama. You know what I'm saying? Like really, really pivotal celebrities. Mega stars. Not an internet sensation who doesn't even have any talent. He just got popular because he had some cool videos. Nobody was even tripping off of him. And Ryan Garcia knows nobody's really tripping over him. So he's at the gym without security. At least you should be at a gym where there are plenty of celebrities and nobody's in there trying to get a photo op. That's all it really is. Fans want to be a part of those who they support. And you always shutting them down. You're going to mess around and not have any fans. What did Chubb Rock say? We'll be has-beens and plus naked. So we owe them. Pull out your pen. Sign an autograph. You might make a new friend. That's why our generation was the best generation. Our music actually was talking common sense. Your 15 minutes of fame is almost up, bro. You might want to let your fans in before it's too late. I saw this video. If this is your son,
imagine this your son or your nephew mid-game, mid-play.
And I have a fry.
and then he said, "Hurry up," and gave him a fry. So a big boy playing football sees a down moment in the game, nothing's going on. He backpedals up to family and asks for a fry. Let me get one French fry. If you don't get back in the huddle. And he got that fry and ran back to the football field. That is hilarious, man. Why we like that? Yeah, B. Henry. Sharon Moore taking advantage of those who were underneath him. That's a crime in itself. Everybody knows that. You can't be with anybody that's your subordinate. You're taking advantage of the power position. Dr. Frazier said, I worked with a guy that had a mistress, and he had an accident at lunch. And the mistress in the car, and she got killed. Oh, my goodness. Ooh-wee. So I imagine he survived. The flip side of that would be a Steve McNair situation, where your mistress is not happy with the situation and she kills you and herself. It's all bad. So the moral to the story, don't mess around, fellas. Don't mess around, ladies. Nothing good will come out of that. Diana Russini was a respected reporter at one point. Sharon Moore was the head coach, the first black head coach at the University of Michigan. Tiger Woods was arguably the best golfer of all time, but started doing too much dirt. And all that dirt, as soon as they want you out, that dirt comes to the surface. Sharon Moore, they didn't want him at the head coach job. They didn't want him to have that spot. So as soon as they saw an opening, they got him. They even found the inside mole to set him up. Tiger Woods was going to break Jack Nicholson's record of most majors ever. And all of a sudden, he can no longer drive. He's turning cars upside down, and he's coming out of there drugged up, hocked up on pills and alcohol. And this is 2 times. This is right before he's preparing for the Masters meet. I'm not saying there's a conspiracy, but I am wondering what type of car was Tiger Woods driving, and was that car being controlled on the grid? I'm just saying, I don't put anything past anybody these days. Everything is fixed. Nothing is real. All right, man. Unk season is back. I saw this one, Unk. Y'all remember tendernism?
Coming after you, buddy. I bet you.
All right, so
you
this
can't do this.
Why we always competing
this
with one
Unk,
another?
this Unk here.
Why we always competing with one another? Walt ain't worried about you. But what are we trying to do here?
Them the bones.
He
Now watch this.
watch this, he says.
Them the bones. Now watch this.
This man is going to eat the bones of ribs. Like he took the meat off the bone and put it in the bread.
Them bones. These bones.
Why?
Y'all do know that we're out of.
All right, Unk, we get it. You can barbecue so long that your bones get soft. I'm coming for you is what his first statement was. I'm coming for you. Walt from Tendernism fame. And shout out to Walt, who's opened up his own barbecue spot and put his former a place of occupation of where he made Tendernism famous. Nobody's going to that place. I'm not even going to say the name of the place to give him free publicity, but I saw the owner of that place trying to say Meat should not fall off the bone. Meat should stay on the bone to keep the integrity of the meat and the texture and all that stuff. It's like, man, if you don't get out of here with that, where's Walt with the tenderism and the meat falling off the bone and him throwing his glasses on the ground because he's so amazed at how tender his meat is. Well, this guy says his meat is so tender the bones can be eaten. I don't want to go that far. Give me the meat. Quit playing, nobody's trying to eat a bone sandwich. Just you. And it's not going to help us buy your barbecue anymore. The effort, okay, but we're not trying to eat bones. On season number 2.
Oh my God, Uncle Jack.
Weddings are important.
Uncle
Weddings, even when the unk is named James and he crashes the wedding. Walking the flower girl down the aisle, drunk, and has to be walked back. I said it must be unk season, because they about to start showing out once again. Unk season is back. I need to get a song. I need to find a song for unk season. Maybe I'll play the noodles, no packet, cereal, no milk. Cereal, no milk, powdered milk, nothing. Waffles, no syrup, just jelly. Oatmeal, no sugar, nothing. That's going to be my unk season song. I'm going to get it queued up. When you hear that song, you know what it is. It's unk season. All right, so my sports flicks, give y'all something to watch. I just watched Chessmates on, I think it was Netflix. Untold Stories, Chessmates. So this ain't for everybody. If you don't love chess, I love chess. I play chess almost every day on my phone versus my students. So in 2026, there's a documentary about Magnus Carlsen and Hans Niemann. So turns out Hans Niemann, being a upstart chess master, self-proclaimed chess master #1 in the world, personally thinking so, flies up the rankings, gets his rating up to 2,000 something elo. Turns out he was cheating. About, they said, 90 or so games during his trek up the rankings, he was cheating with a robot. And online, it's easy to do. But he got to play against Magnus Carlsen in person and beat him. So then Magnus Carlsen, being the #1 player in the world for the last 10 years or so, was like, the moves he was doing were so good, so computer-like, I think he was cheating. And you know how hard it is to cheat in person? Because you're sitting across from somebody and you have to play pretty fast because there's a timer. So they go through the entire documentary talking about how they both got to where they were. And then they have another showdown to see if he was cheating, could he do it again? Excellent documentary, because a lot of the information that was not told was told in this one. I was almost going to give Carlsen a tender love by saying you just got beat and you want to say someone was cheating, when actually he sat right in front of you and beat you. A lot more happens. I won't spoil the ending, but at the same time, how does somebody go to those lengths to be on top? Now, I've played online chess for a number of years, and it's not even easy to cheat online. You have to be quick because there's a timer there as well. You're putting in the different moves into a computer, you type them in, D7, D6, G1, G2, all that stuff has to be punched in. And after a while, somebody will see your pattern and your rhythm is a little bit off, and they'll say, hey man, this guy's cheating, and you kind of get it. But when you're playing somebody at the park, you play somebody at Fox Hills Mall, if you haven't sat down at a chess tournament, it's different, man. It's really nerve-wracking, but it's exciting at the same time. Chessmates on Netflix. Pretty cool doc, man. Check it out. All right, so the NFL draft's coming up pretty soon. Still looking like the Raiders will have the first pick, but there are some teams interested in getting that pick from the Raiders. So does Mendoza still go number 1, or do the Raiders trade him away? So just think about it, Raiders fans. I have a few buddies who are Raiders fans. My man Byron Biggers, Coach Lara, all you guys Raiders fans. All my insanes Raiders fans. Number 1 quarterback picks since 2018. Cam Ward, decent. Caleb Williams, getting a lot better. Bryce Young, getting a lot better. Trevor Lawrence was supposed to be the next guy. He's okay. Joe Burrow was almost him. He just can't stay healthy. And Kyler Murray just got traded, or did he get released? Whatever it is, he's not who they thought he was. The last, Baker Mayfield was the last one who didn't start as a rookie. So is Fernando Mendoza ready to be QB1 out the gate, having won a national championship on a very disciplined and experienced team. Let's say that Coach Cignetti had a very experienced team, and he got people who were productive. The Raiders are the Raiders, man. Something's wrong with the Raiders, and it's been that way for a long time. I don't know, but they're going to bring this kid in. Hopefully they don't think he's going to change things like that overnight. It's going to be some work. Definitely going to be some work. Last week's show, of course, didn't happen. One of the topics was, before I get out of here, was the executive order by the president to ban multiple transfers and to limit the number of years you can actually play. And it comes back down to, why are you even concerned with these types of matters in this time window of potential war, waging war, and then on top of everything else, man, for those who might be apologists or supporters of what's happening in the White House, this week's depiction of him as Jesus Christ, I'm going to let it stay. I know that's not the name of my Savior, but for this mockery, I'm just going to let it stay. An image of himself healing someone, and he said, I was a doctor. Man, if all the right-wing Christians aren't kind of upset at this, I don't know what else to tell you. But it is what it is. It's sad that someone gets to play in your face like that. Of course, the post was taken down, but come on, man. Really? They just testing the water to see what's going to stick. And this one right here was a slap in all those evangelicals' face. This is what y'all got. This is what you signed up for. Let's just pray none of it happens. Nothing happens to us here on the home front. That we would continue to be safe. That's my prayer. When I pray that nothing that they do in the White House is going to affect me directly. That nothing will stop the momentum we have as believers. How good things happen to those who pray, who have total faith that Yeshua got us. And that's kind of what I hold my hat on. For my faithful few, I will invite you guys to church this Sunday. It's a special service. We have the delegation from around the country coming in. I'll be giving, some type of promotion. I don't want to give it all away, but I would like to see anybody that can in the house at 3CLA Ministries on Sunday, 11 a.m. The Church for Truth Seekers, located in Long Beach, California, 3960 East Gilman Street. Come through. Would love to see you. I think that is it for today's show. Once again, AC2 will be back next week. He got homework to do. Academics first in this house. We don't play that. My wife and I are both educators, and we don't mess around when it comes to academics. And our kids know that. We're serious about it. Update on my team. Schedule is solidified, man. We got Lawndale out the gate, August 21st. Then we're going up to La Mirada, the hated rival. Season is what it is. Everybody on the schedule can get it, can get this work. I like my team. I like these kids. They're working hard, getting them ready for something epic. I told them that if they buy in, if they hold each other accountable, not just me, but they hold each other accountable, sky's the limit. Defense is loaded. I'm calling the defense. My coach, Thurston Hollis II, is calling the offense. Just putting that out there. And it's going to be a brand new Norwalk High School football. We're going to be pretty stout. Got my man, Coach Brisker. Y'all know Marlon Brisker, outside backer, Long Beach Poly. Joined my staff amongst other guys. So we got some guys teaching these youngsters a different way of doing things. Just going to add to the success they recently had over the last couple of years. Going to add a little bit to it and hopefully get to this schedule. Got some heavy hitters on there. We scheduled West Covina, which is a step up in talent. We'll see how that goes. And then the rest of the way, we'll see how my main man, Fig James. Congratulations getting the job at Paramount. We see y'all October 30th, brother. We'll see what's happening over at Paramount. You guys got to come see us, though, at the house that Ezra built in Norwalk High School. All right, man. That's pretty much my show today. I appreciate all you guys. Make sure I stay up, man. Take care of yourself. Take care of others. Drink your water. Eat your vitamins. Say your prayers. Do good things for people, man. All right. Until next time, I'm AC. It's AC Sports Live. Peace out.